I don't know.
Sure, go for it.
Yeah. So, what is your favorite and least favorite hero to coach?
Favorite and least favorite hero to coach. Oh, now I gotta be thinking here. Least favorite character to coach is the one that I've coached the most. Um,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
that depends on the situation. I think Kiriko
Yeah.
Sojourn can be very exhausting to coach because those have had at times been extremely high demand. I
Yeah.
find Iriari to be very boring to coach, regardless of whether she's in high demand or not.
Yeah. Okay.
Um, Favorite hero to coach, I would say some of the off meta characters that I enjoy coaching and I don't get very often. Like I enjoy coaching Farah, I enjoy coaching Symmetra.
Okay.
Characters like that are kind of fun.
Yeah, they're very unique.
They're
So
really
I can
unique.
see why.
It's more May is also really fun as well. It's mostly because I don't get them very often. If I got them all the time, then I would be exhausted. Now, the most favorite character to
Yeah.
coach that is fairly common is probably Winston, maybe Diva,
Yeah. Okay.
because I get those fairly frequently, and I still find them fun. So yeah,
Yeah. I saw like in a bot review where you said you express your hate for Sojourn.
yeah, it's exhausting.
Yeah.
I had there was 1 month where I had I think 40 Sojourn VOD reviews.
Oh, okay. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
And there have been times since, and she's not been an uncommon hero since then. So I've probably done between private and public, probably like 60, 70 Sojourn VOD reviews.
Yeah.
It's just, enough, And that's
Yeah.
not even including the Overwatch League coaching I had to do with her as well and contenders and so on. So yeah. Yeah. Good
And
question.
what's the character that you wish you were really good at?
Ooh. I've always I'm washed at Genji. I wish I was good at Genji. I got into the game because of Genji. I used to be pretty good at Genji, but I don't have. He's like one of those characters that like I initially put a lot of hours into him but it was my first person shooter, so I never really got very good with him. But I got okay at him. But I really enjoy playing Genji a lot.
I mean,
And then besides that, I don't know. There's a I don't know. That's definitely one.
I feel like Genji is like a lot of people's first hero to
Mm-hmm.
play.
Yeah.
It's
And
like
he's the reason
the
why I'm playing.
cinematic is so good.
Oh yeah, for sure. I
Yeah.
played the first game I ever played with Overwatch was a Genji game. My friend was like, "You will really like this character. He's like super high skilled." And so I was like, "All right." I tried him. I was like, "All right, well, I
Yeah.
like Genji. I like Overwatch."
So if you wouldn't have been a coach, would you have been a player or would you have
No, I don't think so.
uh,
I would have. I definitely enjoyed the game enough to get really good at it, and I would have probably gotten to the scrimmage scene. But the amount of like sacrifice necessary to become a pro player, I think, would not have interested me as much.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean I can see why.
Yeah, I think like the nice thing about the coaching aspect is just something that I already enjoyed doing, and that obviously like with what I'm doing now is there's like I do a lot of things, right? Like I like the coaching
Yeah.
and the content and coming up with all these big like these ideas and stuff like that. Like that's what's kept my job really really fun. I honestly like I wouldn't even be coaching anymore if it was all I did, because I
Yeah.
wouldn't want to do anymore. It's the variety that's fun for me, and so the playing was like, I mean, I could have done it, but I just don't know if I would have had the desire to.
Yeah. And
I might have, but I doubt it.
and this is like a request slash question. Like,
Sure.
are you gonna do a review of like Shazam Ball? Like,
Maybe.
I don't even play ball, but I watch him a lot. I think it's really fun to play or
Yeah.
watch.
I'll put it in my content suggestions in my Discord.
Okay.
Let me do it really quick. Wait a second. Ball review. Yes, it's a good request. I have a lot of
Yeah.
respect for his capabilities as a character, or as a player rather.
Yeah. I've actually played against him and it was not fun. But the game was really close, at least.
I played versus him as well as a coach. It's miserable. He was on Team Avoided back in 2020 when I was coaching Sheer Cold and Contenders, and we were playing Sombra Tracer, and that guy just knew every translocator spot in the game, and he made my poor Sombra player absolutely miserable. So yeah.
I really wish I still had that replay code because like I was really confused what to do.
Yeah.
They had like only legs, Shazam, and I don't know. It was a rough game.
That's a tough one. Yeah, it's a tough one. Okay. Any other good questions to ask?
Um, I guess like what's the hardest role in your opinion?
um, hardest role at what
I guess
level?
it's.
Ranked, professional
I
level?
mean, I think ranked. I think.
I think the in ranked the DPS heroes, a lot of the DPS heroes are harder.
Yeah.
Are the hardest. I think, especially if you're playing Tracer Genji, some of the hit scan roles, not all the
Yeah.
hit scan roles, are probably the harder roles to play. Um, I think it depends on really. It's more of a hero thing. I think generally DPS is overall
Yeah.
slightly
Yeah.
harder, but I think there's some tank heroes like Winston Diva, Doomfist, and so on, Wrecking Ball, which are actually really, really just as hard as the hardest DPS characters as well. And even some of the supports can be tricky as well. Like I think getting really good at Brigitte is pretty challenging. I think when it's not an Anazen meta, I think those characters are pretty challenging to play as well. Same thing with
Yeah.
Kiriko. But yeah, I think generally DPS is probably the hardest in ranked.
Yeah. I mean, that's all I had.
Mm-hmm. It's a good question. I would say at professional level, the most valuable slash hardest role is tank.
Okay.
Having a really flexible, smart tank is probably the most valuable thing that you can have, followed closely by a really high level DPS player.
Yeah.
Usually
Okay.
Tracer, usually a high level Tracer player. But yeah,
Yeah.
that would be my vote. Okay. Um, what do you hope to get out of the
So,
session? I hope to get some.
uh,
It says on the form, but you may have an updated answer here.
I yeah, maybe so.
Sure.
Let's see.
So the forum says, I hope to get some insightful advice to make more consistent in game and out of game. I never make big game losing mistakes. There's probably a lot of small ones. You were GM1, but now at the time of the forum, you were dropped down to Masters. Now, is that still the case?
No. So like, I mean, I kind of like had the mentality like before like the previous season, I got to GM1 and then didn't play.
Yep.
And then the next season I did play, but then eventually I dropped down and I like had a mentality that I just didn't belong where I was. So it was really hard to rank up. And then once I accepted that I, I play like a Masters 2 because I am in Masters 2, you know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I
Yeah.
I then like actually played a lot better, and I got almost back to GM1. I got to GM2, but very close to GM1.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Well, glad to be back. Obviously, the rank reset has definitely screwed up some things as well. So,
Yeah,
it is what it is. I was
yeah,
in like Masters 4 lobbies and every single player in there was GM3. And I was like, what's going on? So yeah, go ahead.
yeah, and
Uh,
yeah, that's it.
okay. Sigma Diva and Ramattra. Why tank? How long you been playing tank? What got you started with tank? Was it an Overwatch 2 phenomena or all the way back to Overwatch 1?
It wasn't Overwatch 1. Like I feel like I was just more natural with playing tank. Really, I like on my other account I played just tank like
Mm-hmm.
pretty casually. I didn't really watch any like coaching videos, whatever. And it used to be my dream, you know, to get to Masters back in the day. And then when I got to Masters, by not even getting like any sort of coaching or whatever, I figured that like tank was pretty fun.
Sure.
And yeah, achieved the goal of getting to Masters, and then I figured out, oh man, this might not be that hard after all. So I just play tank, and
Sure.
then I created a new account to take the game more seriously, and
Mm-hmm.
I got to like almost 4,200 playing Diva,
Nice.
and after that I didn't play like I mean I only play Diva really and Sigma a bit, but now in Overwatch 2 I have not been playing Diva that much.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
Too
Makes
hard.
sense. Makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense. Okay. What do you feel is holding you back from improving? You talked a little bit about your mentality. Those ranked games, sometimes there's a lot of pressure on you. Um, Normally, never blame your team, but some stuff with mentality, um, losing focus next game. I know, obviously, at the time of this form,
Yeah,
you've probably improved some of these things because you've ranked up,
yeah.
right?
I have improved some of these things, but you know,
Makes sense. And then sometimes some of the random tank swaps, like not knowing exactly what to do versus Amalga or certain playstyle adjustments, which we can take a look at. Okay. 9+ hours of sleep per night on average. Wow. That's great.
yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. training schedule. You play around 6 to 8 hours per day. Is that all ranked? Do you scrimmage?
No, I have never scrimmed before ever.
Okay.
I have just been doing ranked, but like recently it's been a little bit more quick play. I don't know if it's a bad thing, but
I mean, it's up to you,
it's
right? Like, it depends on what your
yeah,
goals are. Now,
yeah,
I would, if you're still training intensely, I would try to make sure that your ranked play comes first, and then the quick play
yeah,
comes after 3 to 4 hours of ranked, right? I think like at that point, even playing 6 to 8 hours of ranked is kind of absurd, right? You're not going to improve the 6 to 8 hours necessarily. 3 to 4 hours
yeah.
is the sweet spot. So if you're
Like
playing quick play after 3 to 4, sure.
yeah, I'm not playing competitive the entire time usually because I just get bored or I kind of lose my mind or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah. 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 Okay. Okay. Well, I would aim at and focusing on, a sweet spot of 3 to 4 hours. I would
Yeah,
aim, if you're not doing this already, you might have heard me talk about the importance of breaks.
yeah,
If
yeah, yeah.
between
I've heard it.
between
Yeah,
cues, very important.
like 30 seconds,
30
stand up,
seconds,
whatever.
stand up, move around. You got it. You got it.
Yeah,
So yeah, very important that you're applying that as much as you possibly can. And then obviously having goals and games as well.
yeah.
Um, okay. I don't have a whole lot. I don't really have any other questions from your forum. Do you have any other questions for me?
Um, I mean, see, like, yeah, I don't
Sure.
flame anyone really, and I
Yeah.
don't really talk or type in VC or chat or whatever. But
Sure.
sometimes it can be pretty hard to internally, I guess you can say. Like
Sure.
if you have like a game when it's like really, really everything's just going really bad, and you see like a really bad scoreboard, and I don't know, it's like even though that game is lost anyway, it can sometimes affect the next game for me. I don't know.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I mean,
I
that's
keep
why you
track.
got to make sure. Like again, we go back to those breaks things, right? Like, are you taking those breaks to be able to allow yourself to reset after like
Yeah,
really stupid things like that? And then also remember, like scoreboard, it's really easy to say not to think about something or don't focus on this.
yeah,
I mean, that's
yeah,
true, but it's always about like, okay, then what are you going to be doing instead? So like, whenever those kind of things happen, always be asking yourself, like, what am I going to be putting thought into instead? What am
yeah,
I putting thought into? Do I have goals to work on? Do I have goals? Do I have things to improve on, things to practice on? And if the answer is, well, kind of, sort of, maybe not really, well, I'm kind of like, if you're even hesitating for a second about what you're working on, then that's probably 25-30% of the reason why you're getting tilted.
yeah.
You know, so just
I mean,
keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind.
I, I have an example if you want
Please,
to see the screenshot.
please send it over. Yeah, I'm saying
This is
this
what I'm
here.
talking about.
Well, I see that, right? But
Yeah,
you know that stats are going to amplify things pretty quickly.
yeah,
Where like, one bad fight turns into two bad fights, and then now you're tilted, so now you're tanking not as well, and so then your Torbjorn
yeah.
is frustrated
Exactly.
or mad, and he ends up dying. Now that might be somebody is on a boosted account or throwing, like, or
I
win
have no.
trading,
Yeah,
right? That,
I
like,
don't know.
let's be honest, like that is definitely a possibility here. But like it's still a training ground for you to practice whatever skill you're supposed to
Yeah,
practice, right?
yeah.
So what were you practicing that game?
See, yeah, you're right.
You know, so like
Yeah,
I've even had games where it's like a 4v5, and I'm like, all right, well, until the 2 minutes runs out, what am I going to practice before I can leave this
yeah,
game? What am I going to practice? And if you don't know the answer to that, well, then you're wasting your time.
yeah. That's true.
So fine. It's still a crappy game. Yeah, your Torbjorn's a jackass, total idiot, right? What is he doing? Probably throwing whatever. So
Yeah,
don't waste the time.
yeah,
Don't waste
yeah.
the time.
That's true.
Any other questions?
No.
Okay. Do you want to send a code?
Yeah. Hold on. Let me just copy it.
Yep. Sure.
Uh, I'm either gonna do Sigma and Ramattra.
Works for me.
Yeah. Uh, this is a game I played mechanically pretty well, but I didn't really like. We kind of struggled, and the game like I don't know. I feel like I could have won the game, but
So why Sigma?
I
What
feel
is
like
something that you've been working on? Is there anything you've been working on with Sigma, or any struggles you've been having?
mainly like shield usage and not taking too much like unnecessary damage, and
Sure.
that's the main things that I've been focusing on.
Let's take a look here. So what is Sigma good at? You know, actually, no, you're Grandmaster. You should know the answer to that. You should know that.
Yeah.
Surely. There you go. Wouldn't bother necessarily using my rock on the Sigma in that position. He's not going to get punished for it. And while your attention is being put on the Sigma here, do you see what else is on your screen?
The soldier.
And even more so,
And
do
then
you see
the BAP.
it? And the BAP is right there, right?
Okay.
So it's like, you know, the reason the Sigma Rock matchup is important is in situations when your team can follow up on the Sigma or there's nobody else you can pressure.
Yeah.
There's lots of other things to be shooting besides Sigma right now.
Like, it might have like got him off the high ground, but that's like the best case scenario.
Right, right. Man, that's the right idea. That's good.
Yeah. I just keep getting rocked off the high ground.
I mean, well, the problem, the reason why you keep getting, not the first time, but this time,
yeah,
just don't let your shield break.
Right?
That's a habit. For you, it's not just about shielding unnecessary damage, but very specifically not letting your shield break. So then you can block the shield here, and then you're good to go. I would literally be turning my back in the Sigma and be shooting the soldier right here, frankly.
Yeah. That's.
And then again, the rock goes on not the Kiriko, but the Sigma. And you're wondering, like, why are we losing all this space? Like, what's going on? Well, because this is what's going on. Look at where your team is positioned, right? And then look at the soldiers squeezing your DPS and supports into one tiny space. You see that?
Yeah.
That's your responsibility. Your job is to shoot squishies. Your job is to shoot squishies and only shoot tank if you absolutely need to. And specifically the squishies that you can reach. So that's the Sigma problem. It's like you can't always reach stuff. It's too far away or whatever. You don't have the mobility to close the distance. But this soldier is like absolutely smoking you guys.
Yeah.
There you go. Don't go backwards necessarily. Like, I wouldn't even be like, you know, this Bap and Curie are close, right? You know, like even this rock here is like, it's okay. But what if this guy gets lamp? What if, and there it is, right? There's the Susan lamp. Kill these guys. Kill them, right? Kill them. And the worst part about it as well is not just, oh, it's the wrong target, but also your positioning here, here, to here, right? By going backwards, especially after you rock the Sigma, right?
Yeah.
Especially after you rock the Sigma. Now your positioning is objectively worse.
Yeah, I should have just gone high ground.
You should have. I mean, okay, fine. You want to rock Sigma to prevent him from pushing your team, cancel the shift, whatever, fine. But then turn around, go back to the stairs, and kill the back line.
Yeah. Okay.
Sure. I never care, like, fully committing here. Powder ISO is such a crappy map that, like, use whatever you got to do to cap it.
Yeah, we've got to cap it. And then here, we struggle to go top.
I might have a guess why.
Why? Yeah, I just tunnel vision on a Sigma.
It actually took you getting to half HP from her headshots before you realized that she was even there.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Nice. There you go. Almost. That's all right. A little bit of a differential, but that's all right. Good. Get her out. Get her out. This is just greeting your shield too much. So I don't think you realize that your supports had backed off at this point. Like you're like, wait, where is your Ana? Yeah, so she doesn't have a sight line on you beyond that corner, and I don't think you realize that. And so you're about to die with 700 shield.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's okay. Surely it's all right. All right. So this is what I will say here. This is what I'll say here. Your Widow's losing duels.
Yeah.
Your Ana's getting rolled with, I think, full CDs. Yeah, she had both sleep and nade, and she had just used them and then died. She actually threw the nade to the floor. But you're not exactly helping things here because you're not winning the trades consistently here. So let's talk about what's losing you these trades. We talked about target priority initially being a problem, not being aware of your supports, LOS. Then what's the issue here? Miss the rock.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it, right? You just made you just screwed up really, really bad at the start of the fight, and you're now kind of paying for it now. You don't need to overthink it too much. Okay, now you're dead. Okay. Notice that this doesn't have to be like some 7-layer scientific experiment. You shoot squishy, please. Please be aware of your team's positioning. That's all.
Okay.
Right? That's it. You want to push point here because nobody else can. That's fine. Especially when it gets you opportunities to shoot this guy. Even better. Nice. Boy, he's greeting that shift, isn't he? Aha, there you go. Nicely done.
Nice.
Nicely done. Now, what do you need to try to do with your flux here?
I mean, the carry is probably gonna TP out if I flux her. Probably just flux Sigma maybe.
Yeah. And what can you do with the flux?
And get to high ground maybe.
Get to high ground, right? So here, I would try to see if I could get Suzu out. Or that. That's fine.
See, he just dies, and I just.
I mean, it's fine. It's fine. It does the job, right? Like, you're going to cap.
Yeah.
Who cares? Nice job. Okay. Sure. I'll let your shield break. Good. I like the space that you're controlling here. Sigma is the best tank in the game. It's saying this spot here, you're not allowed to play there.
Yeah.
And you can't go everywhere, but you can control a spot. Oh, nice, nice. Now, why are you shooting tanks so much? This is not a passive-aggressive question. What are your other options?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I could just walk forward and shoot the carry, maybe.
Maybe, right? If you see the opportunity to. But you see, it's not the end of the world here, because that's all you can reach.
Yeah, and I figured that he was half HP, so I just wanted to body block him.
Sure.
Yeah.
There's no other really good angle here for you to shoot anything else, so sure. Now you could say here, oh, I need to react to the Kiriko being here and immediately pivot to the Kiriko. Sure. This is now you shooting the wrong target.
Yeah. Okay.
Now you're shooting the wrong target. Now you need to put the pressure on the Kiriko, force the TP, get her out, and then worry about the Doom. Because you could shoot 3, 4, 5 volleys on Doom, and he's still not going to die. You see this?
Yeah.
So you're getting stuck on the target when you need to be moving fast. I mean, even that, you notice that you got locked into the Rock and the Doom. Was the Rock and the Doom a bad idea here? No. Was it a bad idea here? Yes. Why?
Yeah. Because the BAP's on a high ground.
Because the BAP's there now, right? So then that needs to be the priority for you. And then obviously the mechanics of that cooldown matchup and so on. So what ends up happening is you're like, man, how did we lose that fight? Well, you know, don't you? There's no pressure on the backline whatsoever. The supports walk forward. The tank walks forward. You lose the tank trade because you're focusing the wrong target. See, that's the irony. Yeah. The Winston that peels his backline is the Winston that's losing the tank trade because the enemy support's free firing him. And that goes for pretty much every tank in the game. I mean, you're not terrible at shooting tanks as Sigma, but but whenever there are squishies available, your target priority has to match. This is, I feel like, probably not a worthwhile use of your cooldown. Get her out. Get her out. Get her out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Even that was it worth? You know, maybe, but you gotta hit it. Like you gotta hit it. Like either you hit it or you don't do it. Okay. Get her out. Get her out. Get him out. Sure. That gets him out, kind of, sort of. And then now we walk forward, find squishies. Sure. Would have loved for you to end on high ground, but sure.
Okay.
But it's not the end of the world. Walk forward. Now, this is the saucy thing. What should you be shooting now?
I don't know. Like, not the Doom.
Listen.
Yeah.
Ready?
Oh, the Widow.
There it is.
Yeah. Okay.
You can even do one volley. She shrieks at you and backs up, and then you go and shoot the Doom, right? It's not that like, oh, never ever shoot tank. No, that's not at all the case. The thing is if you do your homework and you shoot DPS and supports, then sometimes you will actually be able to go back and shoot tank for a little while because it will only take one volley for them to get out, and then you can go back and do what you want to do.
Yeah.
Right? That's the key thing here. Because that's a great rock. Oh, like, oh my days. And he almost lives. You see that? Like, he almost lives. Like that is crazy. He got pulsed, he got rocked. And honestly, the only reason he dies is I don't even know where Kiriko Suzu is. Yeah, she beefs her Suzu.
They think I missed the Suzu.
And he should have lived that, right? And that was you guys playing it perfectly, and he still should have lived it. And in the meantime, let's look at this. Where is she? Where is she? Where is she? Where is she? There she is. Wait, this is the wrong Widow. Right? That's too much. That's too much opportunity for her to clutch that fight. One volley, and then you go back to doing what you want to do with them.
Okay.
And even here, to be frank, I don't really see any reason for you to be on cart anymore. I would be walking forward, stuffing this right here. Do not let them out. Or you could even walk up to here, right? And just put your priority in squishies. As long as your supports can see you, you're good to go. Good. Get her out. Get her out. Okay, now back to the next squishy. Where's the next squishy? Where's the next squishy? You hit a volley, find the next target. Go get the BAP over here. Go get the Kiriko over here.
Yeah. I'm just going to shield her and then do that.
Yeah, that works. I'd probably go back to Widow here for a brief moment, or find the Widow, rather. Good target priority here. I think the only problem here is I want you to coach yourself here. What do you think about your play here from here on out? Anything stand out?
The rocks are bad. I didn't know where the Widow was at all. And yeah, I mean that's like the main thing.
Sure. I think you could have walked forward a little further here to this corner here. I just needed to see more direct pressure onto these backlines more consistently.
Okay.
If you can, but you should by yourself be able to force them to heal each other without really demanding too much resource. And I don't think there was enough pressure from you as a whole. Now I will say, like, you're not the only one that's kind of trolling this right now. Like, your Moira does nothing until it's almost too late. But yeah, I think again, like the way that you were shooting, it was like you were shooting the right targets, but then the way that you were doing it could have been better. Okay.
Yeah.
Then trying to touch. Okay, so what are you seeing so far? Really simple stuff, right? What are you seeing so far?
It's just target priority.
Target priority? Not just that though. What else?
Like taking high ground when I can. Like
sure, taking positions for squishies.
Yeah.
Yep. Not letting your shield break. Some of your rocks feel a little lazy, like, oh, dive tank, just throw it at the dive tank. Yeah, okay. Any questions so far?
No.
Super easy. Let's keep going. Good. Nice. Rat.
Oh, he's so close to death.
Yeah. What are you thinking so far, by the way?
I mean, so far, I personally don't know.
I think it's been okay. That's a good sign. I think it's been okay. I think the target priority has been all right. And we could really slow things down here and try and search for details. So first things first. Don't need shield for this peak.
Okay.
So then when you recall it, it's already over half broken. You see that? So if
Yeah.
you don't need a shield for a peak just because you're just peeking just to do this, don't give them a shield.
But what if I get like Widow headshot? I don't know.
Who are you peeking here?
The whole team.
Right. Who did you want to shoot here?
Preferably the Widow, like the
The Ash or the
maybe.
Widow, right? The Ash or the Widow is. So why are you peeking the whole team to shoot one target?
Ah, okay. Yeah, you're right.
You know what then? So would you take damage peeking this here? Yes. Would it be the end of the world? No. And honestly, at this point, I'd rather take damage on my HP than a damage on my shield right now, because now it's like whatever, you know, because there's nothing really happening right now. But yeah, going into this fight with as little shield as you did, not great. Probably reasonable to go for the rock on this Ash, but either way, we get the kill. We need to not let her shield break again.
Yeah.
See that? That's good. Should have more shield here to play with. This is also good, because you feel like that should have resulted in a kill. Didn't quite, but that's all right. We needed to have more shield to play with here. So is there anything that would have won us this fight so far? Maybe not. But I think the minor thing there is over-peaking for damage, letting our shield break.
Yeah.
Right? Now, why are we putting emphasis on those little details? Over-peaking for damage is not something that we've necessarily put a lot of emphasis on, but shield breaking, has that happened before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A bunch.
So even though it's a little thing, it's something that's happened a couple of times already in this VOD, so it's probably a little thing that deserves to be cleaned up.
So yeah, I like playing here, but I don't know when it becomes a bad thing to play here.
Risky, right?
Yeah.
This position. How much resource do you have? Shift, rock, shield.
Yeah, none.
How much reward are you getting for this risk right now?
I mean, I'm getting some good poke damage on them.
I think you are too. I don't know if this is the right play or not, because this is ridiculously risky considering your shield is almost broken and you have no shift. But oh my goodness, are you getting in crazy damage? So I don't know. Now, if you were here and you had no resources and you weren't getting in crazy damage, then you're an idiot. You needed a drop, right? But is it worth it right now? Maybe.
I mean, it might be. Yeah.
It might be. Because you are control. I mean, they're all in this corner because you're here, right? So maybe it's worth. I don't know. Just don't let your shield break. Yeah. And then obviously, first thing here should be a shift immediately. First thing here. You've just used punch. He's power blocking. You need to save your HP right here. You would have been 550 HP and been fine if you'd done so. And then at that point, you might have decided, I give up.
I just greeted the shift.
Yeah, whenever you're holding a position, ask yourself, like, what am I getting out of holding that spot? Is it worth the risk? Is it worth the reward? Is somewhere else better to be? And I think for while you were there, it was probably worth the risk. Please tell me that you're at least going to look to see what's here. Like, the thing is that you're thinking, oh, the Doomfist is the more aggressive person. Is he? Is he? Is he? This looks pretty aggressive for hit scan.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is dealable. And again, it's one of those situations where, like, you could throw a volley or two here, throw a rock here, clear this high ground, and then go back and do, clean else elsewhere. And that's fine too.
I should just look around more.
I agree.
Like, I'm just tunnel visioning on the Doom because he's like in my face.
Right.
Almost.
Yeah, okay. Sure. What's he doing? I don't know what the plan was there, but okay. Yep. I mean, obviously awkward angle there.
Yeah.
That's fine. Go next.
And it's dead.
Yeah, I mean, the Widow just got a bunch of picks. And then you were unable to quite hit the shots through the railings to actually contest her, so it's fine. The idea was fine. Wow. You've just seen punch. I don't think he charged his punch, did he? Oh, he did. Crap. Honestly, here, probably the best play here, obviously in hindsight, is to not use your rock here so you don't charge punch. And then just drop shield, use shift, and walk into them, and then flex from here, right? Because he can't cancel your punch or can't cancel your shift at that point. So you could just literally shift into their face and then murder all of them.
Yeah.
This is unbelievably scary. Holy moly. Hey, you got it though. I mean, hey, all right. Yep.
But I have to drop, I think.
You don't have to drop. No way you have to drop. No way you have to drop. No. You have a little flash of shield. You have your rock. You know that you're gonna have like 400 something HP, right?
Yeah.
You could stay. Trust.
I mean,
look.
Yeah.
I get it. It's fine. It's
I
not
just
the
took
end of the
so
world.
much burst damage that I just got scared.
I understand.
Yeah.
It's being a bully, which, par for the course. Oh. Almost got one for the almost got the clip. Almost got the clip. Okay, good rotation here. Again, eyes. You could ping people as well. Like, this is something else you should be doing. It's not just utilizing your eyeballs to, like, get, hey, who can I shoot? Because you can't shoot Widow. You can't shoot Widow here. But you can't ping her.
Oh.
And that's going to give your team a huge advantage because a ping target is a scouted target, right? And in a character like Widowmaker, that becomes even more important. That's super unfortunate. Because here it's like, just poke him out and then don't get punched, and then you shoot this guy out, and it's like, the butterfly effect. One little tiny detail, like, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Nice. Good idea. It's a shame it's too late, but it was a good idea. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Any questions so far?
Nah, not really.
I just now saw that you guys actually capped. Wow, okay, look at there.
Yeah, we capped, yeah.
Yeah, that was the diva swap there. Okay.
The clutch.
Mm-hmm. See, even here, what if you rotated out this way?
Yeah.
And then rotated up to here? What would their response be? Like, what could you get away with? Like, there's health packs over here, right? Yeah, there's a mega there. So, like, what would their response be? Like, what could you do?
Yeah,
could you cut off the support to this guy, right? Could you put pressure on that Widowmaker? Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, the idea of going over there is a lot better than going over here. Like, in hindsight, I do kill the Doom, but yeah, the idea
that's not a guarantee, right? And that's the thing.
Yeah.
Is like, the thing is like, can you punish him if he makes a mistake? Yes, but what if he doesn't make a mistake?
Yeah.
What if he doesn't miss that punch?
Yeah.
Right? What if he doesn't miss that punch? Well, then you don't kill him. He gets pocket. He just does it again and again. So I want you to be doing things that don't rely on the enemy team to make a mistake for you to get value. Oh, if I hit this rock, he dies. Yeah, but what if he manages his cooldowns well? What if he doesn't make a mistake? What is something that you know for sure will always be valuable? Play to your hero's strengths. Yeah. Unfortunate. What I would like to see you do more with your rock is just fish less often. Like, oh, maybe I can hit this rock. Like, who cares? Like, if you hit this rock here, who cares? Like, he's not gonna die, right? He's too far away. He's full HP. So just hold the rock.
Yeah.
And then do things like this. Rotate in here and have your rock. Or wait for the Doomfist to, like, actually engage in your backline, and then you have your rock, right?
I just figured I'll have it back, so...
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. But what if that Doomfist takes that impetus to see you without rock and actually engage in your backline there? Or engage on you at that point in time. There you go. Because that's a fish that actually makes sense. Because if you hit that rock, it actually matters. Whereas if you hit a rock and a full HP Doomfist, it doesn't actually matter. Good?
I was hoping to get the Mercy in there.
Yeah, I mean, it's all right. It's all right. It kills the push. It forces Lamp. It forces the Baptiste to also turn around and do a little bit of pocketing as well. That rock is okay because, again, if it hits the Mercy might die, so sure. Good. Unfortunate. But do you notice what's happened in the kill feed while you've been playing patty cake with the Ashen Baptiste?
Yeah.
Right? You killed the Doomfist. Not an accident. Good. You're doing a really good job anchoring here. You know, it's not... okay, that rock not so good. The reason why I'm giving you a hard time though is because right now you're doing the thing that you should be doing. You're anchoring backline, you're controlling backline, you're conserving resources, you're controlling the off angles and so on. But you're doing it because it's easy.
Yeah.
This is very simple. You just stand here and just shoot people. That's it. It's almost Kovacs at this point, right? But what happens when it's not so easy? What happens when there's Doomfists in your face and there's a choke to get out of? Are you going to be able to solve that problem and find the right targets to shoot? And you know, we haven't really seen that as much.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. Like even here, what should you potentially consider doing?
Rotating to left.
Yeah, I think so too. Close the distance on these guys. Like play around your team, but you know, close the distance on the squishies. This is okay. Good. Again, look how low that Doomfist is. That's you again.
Yeah.
Right? Every single time you're able to isolate that backline or even force resources, then somebody comes close to dying. See, that Doomfist is mad now. Now he's focusing you, but you're just like, okay, who cares? As you should be. Don't get too sucked in. Don't get too sucked in. Okay. Get her. 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 Go, 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 go. I think with the resources and HP that you had, I think this is a deserved rotation here, frankly.
Yeah. I mean, I was just scared of getting punched off, but maybe that was just...
I mean, it's definitely a fear, right? Like, there is that threat, yeah? But you've just seen him use his slam.
Yeah.
So there's your rotation, right? He can't punch up from the floor. Good rock. Use it. Nice. I mean, you know how easy this is for me to coach? Nice job. 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 I mean, you're just shooting people. That's it. Now, I want to see how this gets lost. I want to see how this gets lost. I'm going to guess that you put too much attention on D.Va.
We'll see.
We'll see. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Things seems okay so far. Might need to be careful with your cover usage here. And I don't think I'd drop here either. I think I'd drop avoid damage, but maybe even rotate out this direction, you know, and try to you definitely need to retake high. Let's put it that way. While you have time. Yeah. While you have time, I want to see pressure on this Baptiste, a little bit on the Widow if you can, and then drop only when you absolutely have to. You have time to give here, and now you have to shoot tank, basically, because, I mean, what else can you shoot? Kiriko, maybe, right? But see, now it's hard to make fun of you for focusing the D.Va, because what else are you supposed to do? Now, that's good. That's good. Good shots on Bap there. But you're making it harder for yourself because you forced the fight on cart before you actually needed to, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. I assume that's going to be a cap there because I don't see how else you win this fight. Yeah. As you said, Ram in here as well?
No, not Ram in here.
Yeah, let's wrap this up. So you want to look at some Ramattra, I assume?
Yeah, okay, we can do that.
So let's because I think we've beaten the dead horse enough here. Sigma, what needs to be practiced?
Mainly just I mean, not letting my shield break.
Yeah.
And focusing, not tunnel wishing on the tank.
Target focus is not tank when squishies are available. So position on angles, sightlines, where that is more possible to anchor and pressure. Minor stuff, or details, right? Details.
Yeah.
Keeping an eye on shield breaking unnecessarily. Just throwing rocks at tanks, squishies, and unkillable positions right as the fight starts. Like you said, if you're going to get it back before the fight starts, it's fine,
Yeah.
but just keep an eye on it. I think that was mostly it. Was there anything else that came to mind?
I mean, taking high ground with the ult more.
Yeah,
maybe?
taking position with ult when possible. Because you know your ult is super inconsistent, right? Like Flux is kind of a messier ult, but you know, you at the very least that's guaranteed value. Okay, you want to look at some RAM?
Yeah.
Let's cook.
This we have like a pretty good defense, but the attack was just, you know, not great.
So you want to look at attack or defense? Sorry.
Nah, I think defense. I think both.
Both? Okay.
Yeah.
Very, very pushable backline here, but obviously you got to be super disciplined with when and how you push. Good target priority there. You don't need to go immediately here. So let's talk about this.
Okay.
Now, I know you're thinking, oh, the end goal is to go punch, shoot them in the face. I think there is more flexibility with that since Season 9. The damage of your Omnic form is higher prior to Season 9, right? Your armor and Omnic form is higher as well. But crucially, your projectiles are bigger in Season 9. So I could see a world here where you sit on the corner here, throw your vortex here and shoot, and that might be just as useful and just as fine as doing what you're doing right now.
Yeah.
And that way you're able to maintain the position. The reason why maintaining the position is good is because you can hold this space, but also you can actually decide, do I want to drop? Do I want to wrap this way? You can basically choose when and where you want to go. So what you do there is fine. It's not a mistake. It's just something to consider. There might be more like situations where otherwise in Season 8 you would have dropped, or Season 7 you would have dropped, but maybe in Season 9 you don't. And then this here, this shield is no bueno. Why?
Okay. It's just I mean, I kind of just use the shield because I want to peek, but
sure.
I don't know what I'm peeking, so.
Well, right, exactly. So what I would do is I would make sure, like, I would even deepen my shield to this angle here.
Yeah,
so it's a lateral this way.
The shield's like really, really covering like nothing. And the sand just does that.
Yeah, that is something. Because, so the vortex is atrocious.
Yeah.
Oh my days. Yeah, so it's just the cooldowns here. It's like the idea of the vortex is good, but you missed it, and then the idea of the shield is good, but again you missed it, right? Because especially versus a composition like this, like you need your shield to Nemesis form versus these guys.
Yeah.
Because you're going to take an ungodly amount of damage if you don't. So you need to have the shield placed approximately where you want to push, right? So the shield and vortex need to be placed here, you Nemesis form, and then you just can weave in and out, and that way you just don't have to be spending the entire time discorded and blocking, right? Yeah. Idea, good there with the cooldowns. Execution, really bad. It's fine. Like, it's just backline diff here, right? Let's be honest. Your backline is going to be really, really good at setting up off angles and assassinating their backline if they do that. I pray that they do. Their backline is really going to be really good at just standing on a straight corridor and just annihilating you. No pun intended. So, it means their backline is very fragile. So the Zen does what he does there. He dies instantly. So punish that. But in the meantime, you know, you're just going to have to give up some space and be very disciplined with how and when you peak. Your backline has a lot of leeway, but has the responsibility to like pressure their squishies, right? So you will not win the Ram trade. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
But you don't need to win the Ram trade.
Here I you know, I do a funny thing.
I'm ready for it. Don't use your shield. Don't use your shield. Good.
I don't know if it was right here, but maybe it was later. Yeah, it was later.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, this is where you can even be like more creative with how you're approaching this matchup right now. Like,
Yeah, I'm just kind of sitting on cart. Maybe.
Right. Like what are your options here?
I could walk on the Hanzo, maybe.
You could walk on the Hanzo. You know he's there. You've known he's there for a long time. What are your other options? A little bit more high risk, but what are your other options?
Yeah. I mean, maybe going like right top high ground.
You could sit like right on the corner here, not really peeking, but just kind of like whittle. If they get close to you, you can run them down or at least threaten. Mate, you could sit under here, pressure this Hanzo out and sit under here and just waiting for that backline to drop. And if they don't, if they rotate this way, okay, then fine, meet them on the corner, right? Basically, again, the idea is you want to close the distance, right?
Yeah.
If we talked previously about how like you could just hold the high ground and poke, right? But if you don't have a superior position, you need to scare these Bapsins, right?
Yeah.
And you're not really scared. You're not scared,
everyone.
right? And you're scared. And yeah, this is a bit of a mess.
Yeah, this is where the thing happens.
I mean, it's snipers, right? It's snipers.
Yeah.
You know, you got to have cover. Yeah. Why are you not Nemesis forming out of spawn?
Yeah, it's faster, right? Like you're
yes, it's faster. It's 25% faster. You're trolling me.
I do it because I see people do it, but I don't know it.
It's faster out of spawn.
I swear. Okay.
Yeah, it's faster out of spawn. Real Giga Chads use Annihilation out of spawn for the extra speed. That's what you do.
That's true.
This is terrible. This is terrible. Respectfully. What should you do? Okay, you know what? Actually, no. I know why you were doing this. You're saving your Sojourn, yes?
Yeah, Sojourn.
Okay, so screw me. I'm an idiot. Never mind. You're the real champion here. Where should you be?
Should I like go like inside the and peek the
You should even consider, and I'm not joking, doing something like this, or at least think scaring them. Right? I'm serious. Like remember, this is where like very rarely do we have to fully consider enemy composition when you're playing tank. Like congratulations, it's been a long time since I've had a session like this. But you have to here. Like if you are not closing the distance onto this backline here, you can't really win the poke war here. You have to find a way to close the distance here. This is not going to work. This Kitsune Rush is most likely going to get shut down by Trance, maybe Bap Window. Oh, you use the payload. Look at you. Well, there you go. But you have to close the distance here. So this is good. Block.
Yeah, and there's Trance and Lamp, so.
And then now here, what should you do?
Maybe just fall back. I don't know. I'm not sure.
What's the goal again? What's the goal with you versus their comp?
Closing their distance.
Close the distance on the back line specifically, right?
So I should walk left of cart, or
you should sit here.
Yeah.
Just sit here. Just sit here. I mean, maybe the Hanzo will shoot your feet. I don't think you can actually see your feet here, but just sit here and don't use your shield. Don't use your vortex. Why?
Yeah. Because like, in no stress, no hurry.
Right. And at some point, you're going to want your shield to push in, right? And so you don't want to use your shield now because are you pushing? No, you're not. And so now you've created a window where they can push you and you're not going to necessarily have your vortex or shield. Like even here, like let's say that you wanted to actually push deeper. Well, now you can't because you just use your shield vortex to stand there and poke. You know, even here, like the problem with Ram, and this is something I'm praying to goodness that they change in the future. But as of now, you cannot do what you just did and get away with it.
Yeah.
The cooldowns are too long. They're just too long, right? If they were 7 or 8 seconds, 5 or 6 seconds, maybe, but they're not. So more often than not here, this is going to create, right, exactly. This is going to create this window of vulnerability here where you could just be sitting on cart, and then just explode and just scare these guys, right? And not even necessarily finish the kill, just force them to back off. So this leaves this Ramattra isolated, right? But you can't do that anymore. You see that?
Yeah, and they forces my form as well.
Right.
So
Right. And I just think it's in general a good habit. Like obviously we're focusing a little bit on the composition here, but it's good etiquette to always have a reason behind why you're using the cooldown. Just like the Sigma accretion earlier, right? To be very thoughtful like when you're using your cooldowns. Nice. Obviously. Again, you see it? Why? Right? Why?
yeah, I mean,
it's not negative value, right? It's fine. But why? You're going to look me in the eyes with what's on your screen now and say that Nemesis form is 100% worth using right now.
yeah. Okay.
You know? Probably just sit there and poke, sit and shoot. Oh, wait, the Zen's close? Hey, let's throw a vortex on the son of a gun and just run him down, right? But now that's no longer really an option. Because now we've expired. You see that? See, even here, what's the plan? Be creative here. Come on. What do you think? Hook something.
Follow my Kiri?
Yeah, you could follow your Kiri. You could rotate here. You could rotate right here and just sit.
Yeah.
You could do the exact same thing here and sit here with just here, Nemesis form and shield, and like look for an opportunity to threaten. Like you don't even necessarily need to get on top of the backline. You just need to think. You need to make them think that you're going to, right?
Yeah.
And you're not like you're too easy to track. You're too far away here. And even here, it's ram. You're not winning that. You're not winning that. Wait, no way.
Nah.
Okay, no way.
It wasn't the way.
Yes. No way. No, definitely no way. Let's look at the attack. I want to skip ahead to the attack. That okay with you?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, let's look at that.
We kind of rolled them here, so I don't know.
Oh, you want a little bit of ego? Okay, we'll look at a little bit of ego, just a little bit of ego here. Now they swapped the Zen here, so that opens up your options a little bit, or the Lucio, excuse me. Ah! Oh my days. Yeah, good punch value here. Just keep punching. Now block if you need to. Yeah. I think in general, your HP management has been pretty good so far. Like you're blocking at good times and punching at good times. It's been okay. Although I will say, I know that you need to stall card here, but this Hanzo's right here. You could just look at him a little bit. You could throw one punch this way. He's also the problem as well is he's shooting you in the back, right? So that might be a huge problem. Nice. It's that noise. Noxious. Okay. Tables have turned here with the Zen swap, so now you guys have a little bit more flexibility. How you want to poke. I still want good reasons behind the cooldowns that you're using. Because now think of it this way. Before we needed your Vortex and Shield to actually push. So you need to be deliberate with that. Now you might want your Vortex and Shield to poke, right? But you still need to be deliberate with that, right? Like you still wouldn't shield now before the fight's even started and then have them peek and walk onto you and now you can't poke without your cooldowns anymore, right? Like now you're thinking your lucky star is that you have your shield, so you could do stuff like this. Good. I mean, look at that value. That's massive. That's fight winning Vortex and Shield right there. I actually don't even think you necessarily needed a Nemesis form here, right? To be honest with you. Like right here, this is value right here. I think you're trying to push because of your copy there, but honestly, you could just sit here and just poke away. As long as you're standing in the corner.
I was trying to help my copy.
Yeah, your copy, yeah. Yeah, I get it. I mean, it's not a bad play. It's not a bad play, to be very clear. Again, life-saving cooldowns right here. The Vortex is kind of funny. But again, great shield. Nice. That's it. Nice job. Yeah. When you have a reason behind your cooldowns, the world's your oyster, is that a phrase? I don't know what that phrase even means. The world is your oyster. What does that mean? It's from Shakespeare?
I have never heard it before.
It's from Shakespeare. The world's mine oyster is the original quote. I don't understand this metaphor at all. It's a terrible metaphor. Pretend I ever said it. Well, better luck next time, I guess. I'll make up my own metaphor next time. What did Shakespeare know anyway?
Real.
I like this. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like the strategy here. I like the shield. I like the vortex. I like the nemesis form. Yeah, it's okay to me. The only thing I would say nitpicking wise here was maybe it's another one of those things here where you could be a little bit deeper with your shield just because of how deep you want to push here, right?
Yeah.
Like you turn this corner here, you shoot this guy, throw the shield here instead of here. And then vortex wise, instead of here, you know they're backing up. So throw it just behind them, you know? So the idea of your cooldown is great. The timing even is great. Placement, it's the same thing that you did here. Remember the first fight here? Both cooldowns are great. An idea, terrible in placement. So work with that a little bit. The idea is the shield needs to be on where you're pushing, when you're pushing, and the vortex needs to catch their push. If they're walking on you, throw it at your feet. If they're walking away, throw it behind their feet. But other than that, this is a lot of space here. Like this is classic Ramattra gameplay. But what you've done is you've opened up every off angle to your team. So this is good. It kills me that your Moira is sitting here just standing behind you healing though. Like that annoys me. Like she could be helping your Echo so much here actually. But whatever. Same thing with the shield again.
Yeah, the shield.
You could just chill for like 2 seconds, get yourself healed back to full or close to full, so you feel comfortable not having to shield immediately. So you can kind of just walk out, shield, and then you're good to go. And the same thing with the vortex here. Like if you'd let yourself get healed a little bit more and then shielded a little bit deeper, you could be standing on this core nemesis forming instead of standing back where you are right now. So it's like you've created space, but also you're right back where you started because your shield placement was bad.
Yeah.
You're winning the flank. You did it again. Yeah, well, so quit, especially as you're winning these trades, you need to be taking space with your shield.
Yeah. See, here's where we struggle, like really bad.
Mm-hmm. Same kind of thing here. So here's what you can do. Here's what you can do. You don't even necessarily, again, need to commit to the push here. You might be like, oh, I don't want to push here, right? Okay, but make them think you want to. If you throw the shield behind the Ramattra and the vortex on the Zen and you pop, you could even think about, might not even need your nemesis form. Because if you hit the vortex on the Zen and then you're able to walk through here and shield, you will burn him alive. You might even force coalescence. Then you pop your nemesis form, maybe throw one punch and just esky out. Right? It's I need more threaten on the back line. And because you don't have the corner here and because you're not like able to actually take space with your cooldowns, then yeah. Because this is the thing, is like so much of Ramattra is like taking space with your cooldowns, right? What are you gonna punch here? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. There's just no one.
There was your opportunity is gone, and like at that point in time, like the only thing you could do is maybe hope that somebody overextends while trying to help the Ram. You know?
Yeah.
Not a whole lot you could do. You could also find an opportunity here. Use your shield to not push here, but use your shield to do what? And creatively.
Like shield off the Ram.
Shield off the Ram, and then watch this. Rotate to here.
Oh, okay.
What does this give you?
I mean, they have to look at me or my team.
And then also
the Ashe will just have to rotate out.
Opportunity, right? Opportunity long term to actually get closer to that backline. Because you might not be able to 3-2-1 run down backline, you know?
Yeah. You
might have to slowly take space in these guys. I like your target priority here. But you're going to rotate back left, maybe? Yeah, see, we're not actually, so we're using our cooldowns, and again, we're not like finding what's the next step. Yeah. Where's the next corner that I can go?
Yeah, we're just standing here.
You're getting stagnated, right? And so that ultimately, even though you're getting picks, like you still haven't actually created any sort of threat. You're no closer to Ashe or Zenyatta than the moment you started the fight. Like you started the fight close, far away from Ashe and Zenyatta. You got 2 picks, and you were still far away from Ashe and Zenyatta. So that's what we want to look at.
Now it's just the same thing again.
Yeah. I mean, even here, Vortex in here, even if you did want to stand still, at the least have the dignity to throw your shield and shoot the Zenyatta, or throw the shield and shoot at the Ashe, or the Vortex at the Ashe, right? So at times, you've put your cooldowns down and looked at the backline. And I was like, that's good. Just take space with it, right?
Yeah.
Then also there's times when you're putting your cooldowns down and you're just shooting Ram. The funny thing is why does this feel so good? Any guess as to why you're winning this now?
With the Ashe is out. I don't know.
Your Sojourn, pressuring the Ashe here and scaring the Ashe is the only reason that you're walking forward right now.
Yeah.
It's the only reason you're walking forward right now. Like, she didn't even get rid of her. She just made her look at her for a second and then resume shooting the tank. And that's the only reason you're losing the tank trade. Now, what should you do right now? What do you have to do right now?
Block.
And then where is your priority? Where is your tension?
Ashe.
She's right there. You got to get her. And then now you're going to lose to a flank visor. Yep, yeah. That's it. But that's okay. Because you got some simple issues here. I don't necessarily think that your problem is always target priority. It is definitely sometimes target priority. But if you were to wrap up your RAM issues into a nice, tidy little bow, what would you say needs to be worked on?
I mean, like when I shoot, like, I don't know, squishies or the backline or whatever, I'm not like creating space. I'm not walking forward, you know?
Think about using
is
to take space. Shield when pushing. Backline needs to be position for taking space. Same with Vortex. Put thought into your CDs. It's the biggest priority. I feel like that has to be maybe the biggest one. You know?
Like I have one more. That's also Ram, and it's like the enemy was playing like a really like all over the place kind of comp, and it was like we still end up winning, but it was like
really, we can
really
take
hard.
We can take a look at one fight real fast.
Yeah.
Any particular section you want to look at?
Not really.
All right. Is it this comp here?
Wait, what comp? Where? Oh,
I stopped sharing. Is it this comp? Why don't you see it anymore? All right, can you see it now? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. No, it was a different round, I think. Wait. I think
this one.
Yeah, like this one right here. Yeah.
Here's what you do. They have no damage to punish you. No damage at all. But it's going to be hard to reach anything. You need to force Warrior Fade. You need to force Genji Deflect and Dash. You need to force Lucio Amp. And maybe Tracer Blinks. That's your job.
Yeah.
You're not really going to secure kills, but you're going to set up your team for kills. So as soon as you see, I'm under no threat at all, get your booty in motion, throw Vortex and Shield down, and get on this guy right now. Force this Dash right now. Force this Fade now. Do not let them follow up on this ball dive. So you've already screwed up. Go, walk. Get on them. Because your Widow's dead. Like, get on them. Yeah, yes. See, you killed the push. You see that? You killed the push. Like, the Widowmaker somehow survives. I don't even know how. She starts to get W keyed on, and then look at the pressure that she's under right now, and then look at the pressure she's under right now. Notice that? It goes from being like D-Day to like afternoon at the park, garden club. And what's the difference? You're in now. You see that? 1, 2, 3 people attention on them. You're not going to get kills here, but you are going to be able to set up your team for kills. Now, this comp might be really hard to play into on a really big map. So like, let's say that you were to play into this on like Blizzard World Second Point, something like that. You might have a hard time there because it's hard to reach the people. But if you could think proactively, like right now, can I set up on high? Look, seriously, right now, walk on the high ground and go kill these guys. Right now. Go get them. Do not, like, take every high ground, every flank. Do not, like, as long as you're not like actively going in by yourself. Go ahead.
I was thinking about going high ground here, but it was just like gonna take so long.
You're
I
thinking
might be
too.
like
Yeah,
missing out.
I get it. You're
Yeah.
thinking, but your overall mindset here, like even now, like after your widow's dead, is you're like, oh, let's just plan point, guys. Let's plan point. No. Don't let them take the angles here. Like right here, you're just kind of waiting. No, get on
Yeah.
this tracer. Walk on her right now. Murder her. Where's that loose? Go get this guy. Like go find them. Like it's kind of
Yeah.
like anytime you're playing a tank into like these hyper mobile compositions, your responsibility is just to be as annoying as you possibly can, to force as many cooldowns as you possibly can.
Yeah.
And right now you're just kind of anchoring here, but you're not doing enough. I mean, look at your ult charge here, right?
Yeah.
It's not bad, but it's really not that good. You're getting gapped by the enemy Lucio just about, right? So get out there, go do things. Like the only good thing that you've done so far is like, oh, Moira, and that totally killed their push. So that's the overall play style versus this. This could be Doomfist Moira Lucio. This could be Kiriko Lucio. This could be Moira Kiriko. This could be Tracer. This could be Sombra. Anything that approaches this where you can't, there's not like a hard backline to rush or a tank trade to have. It's just a total mess. You need to go out there and get messy with them.
Yeah.
Makes sense? It's a good question.
Yeah, makes sense.
All right, mate. Any other questions?
No, I think that's good.
All right, mate.